Yo, what it do, family? It's Uncle T coming back at you once again with another Toombs Talk. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, coming, checking in with your Unc. So I got a little bit of time. First of all, I'm chilling under this lovely mesquite tree. If y'all don't know about the mesquite tree or the mesquite blossoms, oh my gosh, such an intoxicating smell. It's springtime here, well, across the globe, or across the North America is springtime. And springtime here in AZ is lovely, man. We got this lovely weather. And I got a little bit of time before I pick up my kids. And the last time I was with my kids, we had seen this girl crossing the road, and I seen her shuffling these cards. And I said, ooh, is that the tarot? So she probably thought I was weird. And actually she did at first, because I'm like, yo, or what did I say? I wasn't like, yo, but I'm like, pull me a card. She looked at me kind of crazy. She had her headphones on, but I think she kind of read my lips. And I'm not trying to catcall or nothing. I'm like, pull me a card. So she pulled me a card. And quite honestly, you know, she was continuing to walk, so I couldn't really see what the card was. But I was grateful that she pulled a card, right? And so it reminds me, I've always got these on deck. This is my little travel tarot deck. So your Uncle T is going to pull some cards for y'all. And more specifically, what my intention is to kind of give y'all a little bit of insight into how I pull cards. How I, a small little reading. We're going to do a 3-card spread, and I'm going to kind of give you some tips onto pulling a simple 3-card spread. So let's get into it. All right, so first and foremost, you know what? Let me go ahead and take this off right quick. Your Uncle T, let my hair breathe. I always keep it wrapped up with work. First of all, look at them waves, man. Nigga looking good. My hair getting long, man. Y'all already know that connection with the ancestors. Don't mind the line from the do-rag. But anyway, I hear you, player. See the birds chiming in, man. You say your uncle looks good too. You already know. So anyway, what we want to do first and foremost is get centered, okay? We're going to bring the energy from our head. We don't want to be logical about this. We always want to come from the heart space when we're doing any type of divinatory work. Now, divinatory work is basically working with things like the I Ching, runes, tarot cards, things like that. Even, divining without any type of cards or anything in hand is a method as well. But for a lot of beginners, working with the tarot is a great way to enhance your connection with spirit. So in order for us to be a clear channel, a clear guide, in order for me specifically to be a clear channel and guide for y'all, I want to bring my energy down from the head and into the heart. And in the heart space, first of all, that's that 0 point energy. So we're coming from a neutral space, but it's also about that unconditional love. And the heart, that energy from the heart emanates out through the hands. And so it's the hands that are shuffling the deck. You know what I'm saying? It's the hands that are doing Reiki, hands-on healing, things like that. So we're bringing that energy up from the root, up from the earth, grounded in the earth. We're bringing that energy up from the earth. We're drawing this energy from the heavens, via our root chakra and via our crown chakra, and we're going to merge all that right here in the heart space. So, in my head or out loud, say a little prayer to your angels, ancestors, and allies, that I may be a clear channel for y'all and to bring forth the messages that spirit wants to provide for the collective, for those of y'all who are watching this video. So that's just a little tip on how to prepare for a reading. And now there's many different ways to shuffle the deck. You can come up with your own way, but you can shuffle it like some cards. Let me see if I can get it in camera. It's a little easier when you have like a table. So I'm gonna do this on my thighs, shuffle the cards quite briefly. And then we can also shuffle them like this, So there's many ways of shuffling. Y'all know what it is. Y'all have played with some playing cards. So figure out a way to shuffle your deck.
Have a good one,
Steve,
brother.
have a good one, brother. And come from the heart space. And then we want to set a clear intention with working through the cards. So what is the clear intention, or what is the intention? So my intention for y'all, of course, this is a little tutorial on how I like to pull tarot cards, but it's also to provide those of y'all who are watching and connected to your Uncle T, connected to this message, to get a clear message for whatever it is you're dealing with in life, okay? So, we're shuffling the cards, we're coming from the heart space, we've got our intentions set, and now what I like to do is pull one from the bottom of the deck to get a overarching theme. So this is, the bottom represents the unconscious or the underlying theme that the reading is going to present. So as I pull one from the bottom of the deck, the underlying theme, this is a beautiful card, is the World card. Let me see if I can get a focus in on that. YouTube probably doesn't like the the quote-unquote nudity, but this is the World card. Let me go ahead and focus it in right here. So the World card, what does the world represent? Well, the world represents cycles, the changing of the guard, right? It's also kind of this aspect of the world is in your hands. So this is a major arcana card, so it's a major theme that's going on throughout your particular life, and it's the underlying theme of the reading, and we're going to see what else comes forward. So again, the bottom of the card is the underlying theme. We've got the World card, and what also wants to poke out is the Three of Pentacles. So again, the world, we see, based on even like the Christian paradigm, we've got the bull, we've got the lion, we've got the eagle, and we've got the human. And this represents the four facets of like what Jesus had represented, in a certain fashion. And then we've also got this ring around it, so it's cycles, it's karma, it represents karma, it represents Saturn, And then I also see this as like the ancestors, the ancestors or guides coming through. We've got the eagle spirit, we've got the human, so we've got man, we've got the higher facets of the spirit, we've got the lion, and then we've got the bull. You know what I'm saying? So this is the World card. It's the changing of cycles. It's representing karma. You know what I mean? So let's see what else wants to unfold. We've also got the Roman numeral of 21. 21. So this is interesting. So what's coming to mind is it takes 21 days to change a habit. So this could be, releasing bad habits and or, creating new habits. One and the same, right? When we release one thing, we make space for another thing to come forward. So this could be a great time for y'all to release it. We're going through this eclipse season. So it's a great time to release things. And when we release things, that's create space for something new to come in. Oh, wow. And then we've got the Four of Wands. Before it was the Three of Pentacles, we got the Four of Wands showing up at the bottom as well. So that represents celebration, a new cycle, things like that. So let's pull 3 cards. I'm going to set this one here. We're going to pull 3 cards, and this 3-card spread within each area of the spread, you want to have a placement. So 3-card spread is going to represent past, present, and future. Or you could do me, her, and the situation, or you, this other person, or the situation. So there's different facets of how you want to organize your reading. So for this particular reading, the intention is past, present, and future. So let's give another quick little shuffle through. We're going to pull the top card, past, 10 of Swords. So this is, you've been through a deep cycle. What does the 10 of Swords look like? Again, with all these pictures, you're really gathering a story from what the cards are showing. So this is showing a level of betrayal. But the 10 is like the ending of a cycle. So, it's like this is like the straw that broke the camel's back. So something in your past, something or someone, some situation has betrayed you, has failed you, has got you on your last straw, you know what I'm saying? And you're done. This person is literally and figuratively done. So what are we done from? Let's pull the present, okay? So, you know, your intuition, this is fostering your intuition as well when we're working with these divinatory aspects, when we're working with the tarot. It's not just about like, you know, putting things in a particular category. Deep down, you already know what this is referring to. So it's about, you know, becoming a clear channel, but then also working with our intuition to know what the message that spirit is providing for us. So the Ten of Swords in the past part of the reading. Let's do another shuffle. Now you can continue to shuffle, or you can just continue to draw from the top. I'm going to shuffle and draw another one from the top. Strength card. This is another major arcana. Again, the major arcanas are a major overarching theme. So in the present, we're, you know, Great Spirit is ushering in strength unto you. Now for me in particular, this strength card represents the ancestors. This is interesting too. So in the 10, or in the world card, we've got the lion. And then right here in this particular strength card, we've got the lion as well. This is the ancestors, you know, like petting the lion. So it's like this particular lady is able to tame the lion through her strength. And it's not like an outward strength, a boastful strength of like, you know, physical strength, but it's more of like an internal strength, an internal resolve, right? That the ancestors are providing to you. This could even represent a female ancestor that is coming forward, okay? Again, work with your intuition and know what the messages are saying to you individually. This is a V3, so 5, 6, 7, 8. This is an 8 card, right? 8 is, you know, it's coming into the 9, and it's not a 10, but it's an 8. We're past the 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So 8 is a very beneficial card, and it also, she has this infinity symbol above her head. So again, we're talking about cycles, the cycles of time, right? Karma, Saturn. So we're working through these cycles, and now you're giving, now the ancestors are giving you strength to, let me see, how do I want to say this? Working with the infinite cycles. So the strength that is going to infinitely be expressed, like the strength is going to come at infinitum as long as you allow it to come and allow the presence of your ancestors and your guides to work with you and through you, okay? So this is the 8 card of strength, the major arcana of strength. And now the future. This is the last card in this 3 card spread, right? Let's pull it from the top, the future card, the Hierophant. Man, this is crazy, yo. This is crazy for your Uncle T. So the Hierophant like represents like a Pope type energy. You see this higher up figure, particularly like a religious figure, and we see these people at the base of his feet. So it's like, you know, he's got the cross here on his robes. He's got the big crown, got kind of like a cross. This is like more of like a Rosicrucian cross, but you know, that's a whole nother topic. And then we've got the keys here. So the keys to the city, right? The keys to your salvation, the keys to your deliverance. You know, this particular figure is the Hierophant, and he's got the power, but again, it's you and your ancestors. So let me get it. Hopefully this shows up for y'all in the right way. Maybe it's this way: past, present, future. Hopefully it's showing up for y'all, because it's like mirrored here on the camera for me. But we've got past, present, future. Past, this level of betrayal, this level of backstabbing, you know, this level of being dead in energy that's like now dead to you, right? And then the ancestral guidance, ancestral strength coming through in the Hierophant. So it's like, to me, what I'm seeing is this is not an external figure, but it's like the strength being endowed to you through your ancestors so that you can be the master of your own salvation. That's the message that's coming through, you know? So again, we read these cards like a story. What is the story that's being unfolded or shown to you through these cards? How is that how does that resonate for you in your life right now? You know what I mean? That's how to work with the tarot. That's how to get divinatory meanings. And now if we want some clarification, we can pull another card. So let's go ahead and clarify this Hierophant card. Let's clarify the future. Now, each of these cards also represent a certain astrological component. Quite honestly, I forget what astrological representation the Hierophant has, but this could also represent, since it's a future card, this could represent a particular season based on its astrological correspondence. We see it's the V, so it's the 5 card, changes. So the future, there's going to be a lot of changes, but those changes are going to be beneficial to you. And again, you are the master of your own salvation. You've got the keys to the city. It's up to you to be in your higher aspect, your higher spiritual phase, in order to make these things happen, you know, via the strength given to you by your ancestors, your angels, and your guides. So let's go ahead and clarify this Hierophant card. So we're going to pull one card to clarify the Hierophant. 9 of Cups. This is wish fulfillment. Now, when you're working with these cards, you want to give 1 or 2 keywords and work from there. So when I see this card, I see it as wish fulfillment. You got this guy, he's sitting there happy, and he's got all 9 cups lined up. So it's like the cups represent emotions. So we've got all the cups lined up, and he's happy and content. He's got a smile on his face, right? So he's like emotionally fulfilled. All those cups are filled, and they're chilling there behind him as if he won the prize, as if his wish has been fulfilled. Now this comes after this level of betrayal. The swords represents the air element, represents the mind. So it's like, it may not even be a physical betrayal to where you've been physically backstabbed, but this could be something that's been prevailing in your mind. You know what I mean? Something that's been fucking with you, pardon my language, within your mind, or someone that's been throwing mental arrows your way. But that's in the past. That's done with. The ancestors are giving you the strength. You're working through these cycles. It's a time of working through the cycles, changing our karmic cycles. We've got the Hierophant, which is, you know, like, for some reason it's coming to me on the spiritual high horse. So don't get stuck on your spiritual high horse, but know that you got the keys to the city. And again, the keys to the city are resulting in this emotional fulfillment. So this is a beautiful reading. You know what I mean? We've gone through this level of betrayal. We've got 3 major arcanas. And then I look at them in order. So the first major arcana that showed is the World card. The world is in your hands. The second major arcana that showed is the Strength. Your ancestors are endowing you the strength. And in fact, you've always had the strength because they've always been with you, guiding you, supporting you along the way. And then we've got the Hierophant, which is a major spiritual type of energy, like spiritual enlightenment, a spiritual figure. This could even represent a teacher. Maybe you're looking to a teacher or someone to help give you the keys, but also know that it's not, the keys aren't from the figure, but it's from your internal self, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So this is the reading that wants to come through, and this is just a brief little summation as to a particular past, present, future spread, how we work with the tarot specifically, how we work with the underlying theme. Remember the underlying theme, and then the cards that want to present itself, and how to clarify a card. If you're finding some level of confusion within the spread, then you can pull out some clarification cards. And so just to summarize, or just to, in conclusion, you know, we want to, when working with divinatory aspects, when working with the tarot, in this particular example, we want to come from a clear space. We want to center ourselves, center our being, clear our energy of any negativity and any projections, and just come from the space and be a clear channel, a clear guide for the messages that want to come through on high. Then we decide our question. What is your query? What do you want to look into? This is just a general inquiry as to what messages that me as a channel for you guys wanted to provide. Spirit wants to provide that message to you. So now that I have a clear channel and a clear intention, I decide what type of spread is going to be beneficial for that inquiry. I decided on a past, present, future spread while pulling the card underneath as an overarching theme of the particular spread. And then to close out the spread, we want to be in gratitude and reverence, thanking Great Spirit for delivering this message. And we're now going to close down the spread, close down the situation, and now we can take action accordingly. So we want to clear ourselves. We want to open the container as a clear channel and a vessel, me as a vessel for Spirit. And now that I've channeled and delivered the message, I can now close that vessel. And now I can be Bobby Toombs again. Now I can be your Uncle T again. You know what I mean? We don't want to continue to leave the vessel open, because now we're going to get channel, we're just open to all types of things that can come through. You know what I mean? So we want to be very intentional with our divinatory practices. And in that way, we can get a clear message and become a clear channel for yourself or for others. So anyway, this has been a quick, well, not quick, 20 some odd minutes, but I want to, deliver more of these messages for you guys. I haven't done a tarot spread in a little bit, and I wanted to give to y'all a little bit of tutorials. Like your Uncle T is a teacher, you know what I mean? I love teaching. I love delivering knowledge. I'm constantly consuming knowledge, like it's what is the saying? Man, something along the lines of like, man fails for lack of knowledge. So, when we absorb the knowledge, that's one aspect, but then how do we, internalize that knowledge and apply it to our lives? And that's what I want to do to y'all, is like showing you how to apply things and giving y'all some guidance in whatever capacity that may be. In this particular case, it's tarot reading. So if you guys want a tarot reading for yourself, a more personalized reading, we're going to get into it at least an hour. And your Uncle T is always incorporating Toombs Talk therapy. So I want to talk with you guys, see what's going on with y'all, and then that way together we can come to a clear question. And then with that clear question, because your answers are only as good as the questions that you have. Again, now with this this AI, everything's AI, it's about prompting. The answers you're going to get is only as good as the preciseness, the clarity of your prompt given to the computer or whatever it may be. Great Spirit as the ultimate, computer, so to speak, as the ultimate guide, right? So yeah, if you want a tarot reading, you can check out the website. We'll get into it. We'll do a Zoom call. I'm going to record it so you can go back to it later. We're going to chop it up. We're going to chop it up for at least an hour. You know what I mean? And we're going to get into the weeds and see what's cracking with your life, give you some practical guidance, and then give you some spiritual guidance as well. Your Uncle T also does Reiki. And, if you're not into tarot or divination, or just want to chop it up on a call, and it has nothing to do with tarot or Reiki or any energy, your Uncle T's got a lot of knowledge, and I can just straight talk with you like that. So anyway, it's your Uncle T. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I hope y'all got something out of this video. Comment down below if you liked it, or what more you would like to see. Your Uncle T, is into a lot of different things, but I'm here to help you guys out. And so if you give me guidance on what it is that you like, then I can provide more to help y'all. So anyway, it's your Uncle T. I'ma holla at you. Wholeness.